really fun to play with your friends. Make sure you go ahead and check that out. And let's see if I logged in the Grand server yet. I have not. Oh,
You have
man.
not logged in the Grand server? Oh, okay. Wow.
That's a shame.
So there's UK. Okay, because I'm in on UK1, so that's not good. Okay, so basically, yes, we do still have these connection problems. They are working on it, and we hope to provide something really cool for you. We're having some interesting discussions in the IRC of Memno has a spare copy of the Steam version of Frozen Synapse. Zolkowski, chime in when you do log into the Grand server. I'm just talking to fill up airtime. Okay. So Memno is prepared to give away a spare copy of Frozen Synapse. It looks like. If you're not, please say so that I don't advertise this. Because it looks like you are prepared to do that. So maybe, potentially, there are two of you who are going to get this, and one of you is going to have a friend who's going to get this. Okay, he just said yes. So awesome. And hello, buttered nuts. I guess he just said I should say hello.
Is that his username, really? Buttered nuts?
Yes, that is his username. Very tasty.
I also like Salty Horse. That's a pretty good username. If you're listening, Salty Horse, +1 points for you.
Please log in.
Please log in.
Yes, Salty Horse always makes me feel a bit uncomfortable when I'm talking, because whenever I talk to him, I always use his username.
Yes.
There's Salty Horse this, Salty Horse this, Salty Horse, come and watch my stream, and then I get a bit worried.
He watches or asks the most questions in the IRC, so
yeah,
it's pretty entertaining.
But he is a very nice guy, so if he is online, hello.
If worse comes to worse, I might play some single-player matches. I don't really see another option.
You cannot get into the Grand server at all. Is that correct?
It does not seem like it.
Oh, Salty Horse is on the IRC. I am going to advertise the fact that we are talking about him. Salty Horse. Justin TV. There we are. We are talking about you.
Super. Salty Horse is now famous.
He is, and he's going to get so many challenges. If you are in Frozen Synapse right now, challenge Salty Horse if you can, because that would just be amazing. Do you want to, I'm quitting Frozen Synapse and rejoining on a different server, do you want to join a quiet server so that we can do some 20 seconds again?
Well, it would be good if we could get a slow matchup, so then we can actually... Oh, I'm on the server. Would you look at that?
Oh, which one's that? UK1?
The UK1, yes.
Oh, god damn it, I just left that server.
Mr. K, did anyone mention me in that video? Well, yes,
we
did, Miss Salty Horse. You have been mentioned probably about 10 times now. So, now I have to wait for my profile to load up. This is probably going to still take a while, even though I'm still logged in. Unfortunately. Probably a little slower too, because I am not located in the UK. I am in fact central US. So, oh, and it loaded. Okay, I'll just clarify. Oh, I have to click on top.
What am I supposed to be doing? Come on. Oh, I'm not going to say
6660. Pretty easy to remember one to remember. So.
6660.
So if you are in UK1 and want to load it up, just make sure you... Okay, apparently it's not on the server. Never mind.
Oh, that was all of that.
Oh, man. Alright.
Okay, that is because that match happened on an old server.
We are sorry.
And the dev team hope to have all of the servers and all of your games, which happened on all of these different servers, integrated into one big, giant server of happiness once they get everything under control. Once Total Biscuit stops advertising the game, and so on.
I'm going to challenge you to a light extermination.
Delta214, is there a Frozen Synapse Twitter? There is. It is Mode7Games on Twitter. Ian Hardingham is another character on there, and I'm loading the game. And a lot of people seem happy that I mentioned Total Biscuit. Yes. Alternatively, if you would like to follow us, Frozen Synapse Live, we have Zolkowski is Nuclear Druid on Twitter, and I'm just going to write this out in the IRC because that would make things easier. That's Nuclear Druid, and that LR_K is myself.
Okay. The plan for this, Mr. K, is we're going to let you submit your turn first. I'm going to kind of do my turn, but then as soon as you submit your turn, I'll explain exactly what I did in my turn.
Are we doing 20-second turns?
I don't really want to because we have a lot of new players, so we kind of want to try to get tactics into this more so than
Okay,
just
yeah. I just wanted to know what we're doing.
Right.
Okay, so this is light extermination.
I
So
just
we have.
got challenged to a game by someone. Sorry, I
That's
can't
good
do
to
it
know
right
that
now.
other people are online. Light extermination being team deathmatch, the person with the
You did
and
just
light
cut
being.
out. Okay, you're back.
Oh, okay. And light being we have no fog of war. We have full information on all of the enemy positions, which makes shotguns that slightly bit less powerful because they can no longer hide. And I am just getting into position in my first turn, and I want to keep my turns relatively quick, and I have now primed, so you can go ahead.
Okay. In my first turn here with this shotgun, I'm gonna try to run him down the middle here. The thing with the shotguns is they are vulnerable in the open, yes, but if you duck and crouch behind
Oh,
these
could I
boxes,
just jump in? Stretcher said Zolkowski, you are slightly quiet. Could you increase your volume ever so slightly?
Alright, turned it up by about 10 more points. Hopefully that helps. It's very
Okay.
distracting now because I hear myself a whole lot, but alright, I'll just backtrack. The shotgun here, I'm gonna try to run him down the middle. I am going to duck and stand behind these boxes. By ducking and standing, it will break the time of where the machine gun aims, and he'll actually have to re-aim his person to actually engage. I'll try to quick show it. He's aiming at him. Didn't do the duck crouch, so obviously that didn't work. Duck and stand right away. I'll show it again. He's aiming, he has line of sight, duck stand, broke the line of sight. The guy who ran over here though, who I planned to aim over here, actually had line of sight the whole time. But the guy in the bottom here, as you noticed, didn't shoot that time because he actually had to aim all over again to actually get that unit. So I'll adjust accordingly here to break that view from both units. Let's see if that works. As a matter of fact, it did not. So I'll actually duck and stand in two different places to break the sight from both units.
Could you please hold the V key and explain line of sight?
Yes I can. Actually it's not working for me.
Oh, it isn't?
It is
That
not. But
okay. Yeah, no, it's not for me either. I mean,
Oh.
because I primed. Okay, but line of sight. Okay, so basically, okay, we have two questions coming in. First, I'll explain line of sight while you plan.
Okay.
Line of sight. You have two types of terrain in this game. You have full height walls, which are in dark blue. You cannot ever see through them. And then you have half height in light blue, and you can see over them. However, if you're ducked and you're behind it, you cannot see over, and you cannot be seen. So this is good for sneaking around and get it. In light games, it's used to get into cover so that you don't get shot, and in dark games, it's also used for not being spotted so that you can get around the enemy and flank them. So that is essentially the line of sight rules. You can only see. Okay, so this is light game mode. Each unit has a cone of view, and if an enemy appears within that cone of view, they will engage unless certain orders are in play. But if an enemy is behind them, they will not be able to engage until fired upon. And a question from Butted Nuts about reload times. There are two units, if I'm correct, with reload times, which are the rocket launcher and the grenade launcher.
And actually the sniper as well. Kind of.
Yeah, it's reload, aim, same thing.
It's more of an
in
aim
that
for
case.
a sniper as
Yeah.
opposed to a rocket and grenade. But do you want me to explain that?
Go ahead, because I have a few more questions
Okay.
I'll explain afterwards.
The rocket and grenade launcher actually have a 5-second exact, I guess as you would say, reload time. There is a strategy with rocket and grenades. If you manage to shoot your rocket or grenade at the beginning of the round, as opposed to the rocket exploding at the beginning of the next round, there is an advantage to having your rocket explode at the current round. If you shoot your rocket right away, the chances of it hitting exploding before the turn is done are almost 100%. If you shoot halfway through the turn, your enemy will have a chance to adjust accordingly to avoid that rocket. If you get into a position where your rocket can only shoot midway to a turn, another viable strategy is to actually have your rocket not shoot that turn, so then you can shoot at the beginning of the next turn and your unit can't predict again where that rocket's going. Same thing with the grenade. The grenade takes about 2 or 3 seconds to explode. If you shoot more towards the end of the round, the enemy can have time to run away from that grenade. I feel like that pretty much covers the basics of it.
Yeah, I think so. And there was a question which I have lost because so many people are talking in an IRC and it's so busy and lovely. The effective range of a shotgun was asked by Rich. It's difficult to explain this, but I would say that if you look on Zolkowski's screen, you can see my shotgun in red at the bottom right. He would just about be able to hit the light blue crate to his left. That is his extreme range. I'm not 100% sure, but that would be about the range of a shotgun. And at this state, at that range, the shotgun and MG are equal in time it requires to fire at each other. Anything greater, the shotgun is definitely going to lose because the shotgun doesn't reach that far. Anything shorter, the shotgun is likely to win, dependent on positions and movement and such, which makes the shotgun a very, very good close quarters unit in enclosed spaces, in buildings. Then this map is not very good for it because it is so open. Our 2 MGs are going to dominate in this extermination game mode.
Yes. All right.
Have you primed?
I have not. I just finished my turn. I was going to kind of explain what I was doing with
Okay,
my
go
other
ahead.
2 MGs. With this MG, because I have a window right here, there is almost no point for him to cover this open area. In case he decides to have any movement with his MG or machine gun units, I will have an advantage by moving to this window if he comes into the more upper quadrant of the map. Moving this guy more down south, more as a distraction, as opposed to more of cover. I just want units more to concentrate on this guy more as I do is I want my maneuver units which are the shotgun and this machine gunner unit. I guess what I want to say is my maneuver units, I'm having them plan more to take units out as opposed to this guy who will just most likely distract. But because I said that, Mr. K is probably going to plan for that, so I might change that. But
You said that, but I was not listening. The only word I had was distraction.
Yeah.
So
I'm submitting my turn.
Okay, I only had distraction, so I will not be able to plan around this. So
Well, you could
yeah.
on the next turn.
Yeah, so you can still go ahead, and I just got the turn from you, and I am loading it.
I am also loading, and it's loading pretty quick now, so that's good.
Okay, so servers are catching up with the player amount. Okay, so what just happened? I am being really dumb with my unit placements, and that is okay. Basically, Zolkowski, if you hit play right now, and you can see what happens, because there's a crucial thing which I would like to explain. So hit play, if you have it.
Like playing the last turn or playing it in the next turn?
Plan turn 2. Just don't do any movements. Just go as is.
Okay. Alright, did it.
So you should see that my MG number 1 dies from your MG number 1, correct?
Yes, because he has
Okay.
the window cover.
Yes, okay. Now, if I issue a move order, which you can show, just make my MG1 move, and then hit play. And you can see...
Sight move, or...?
No, just a regular move.
Okay.
And you can see that my MG decides to not move. He decides to continue shooting and stand there and take it and die. The way to get around this, which if you are a new player and you're in a game against me, I will explain this, but this is a vital game tactic which you need to learn if you are a new player. If I hit continue on sight, keyboard shortcut is C for that.
Or you can right click and just simply click continue on sight.
Yep.
Um,
That breaks any